Here are today's top stories. Another chance for peace springs as President Duterte gives communist rebels 60 days to participate in the resumption of peace talks. Law enforcement agencies are working together to ensure security in over 7,000 election hotspots in this year's village polls. Police arrest a prime suspect in the killing of a family in Nueva Ecija, and the National Capital Region bags 100 gold medals as it seals a top spot at the 2018 Palarong Pambansa. Good day. I'm William Theo. Welcome to the PNA Newsroom. President Duterte is giving the Communist Party of the Philippines 60 days to do their part in realizing the resumption of peace talks. Here is our report.
President Rodrigo Duterte has called on Communist Party of the Philippines founder Jose Maria Sison to return home and resume the peace negotiations within 60 days. Sison, who is in exile in the Netherlands, expressed openness and readiness to resume peace negotiations, which Duterte cancelled in November last year. The president said the CPP, NPA, NDF could set up a camp where he could talk to them without their weapons. He will also give Sison the complete freedom to move within the said period. Duterte said he cannot fight with communist rebels forever despite the threat of terrorism remaining high. He said his administration is well on its way towards eliminating the social hurdles that prevent the country from achieving progress. The president is seeking the NPA's participation in the fight against illegal drugs, criminality, and corruption, as well as upholding peace and order, preserving national security, and eliminating misfits in society. For the PNA Newsroom, I'm Benj Bondo.
PNP Chief Oscar Albayalde vows to instill discipline among his ranks as part of the reforms to be implemented in the police force. During his first flag ceremony as the 22nd Police Chief in Camp Crame on Monday, Albayalde assured reforms in all levels of the PNP and vowed to lead the police force by example. He ordered the intelligence group to report the involvement of policemen in abuses and illegal activities. Albayalde also urged the PNP to practice discipline to improve its services, adding that he will open his office to all officers and personnel as a sign of fostering unity. He also called on the PNP to support President Rodrigo Duterte's initiative to maintain peace and order. The Philippine National Police, or PNP, is monitoring over 7,000 hotspots for this year's barangay and SK elections. PNP Chief Oscar Albayalde ordered police intelligence to assess 7,544 hotspots with the help of the military and the Commission on Elections. He, however, stressed that these areas are not necessarily dangerous despite violent incidents being reported. The new PNP chief said the identification of these hotspots will serve as the basis for mapping out strategies on ensuring peace and order. Aside from election hotspots, Albayalde also said they are focusing on candidates who have suspected links with illegal drug traders. Over 200 overstaying Filipinos who were granted amnesty in Kuwait have arrived in Manila. Foreign Affairs Secretary Alan Peter Cayetano and PCOO Assistant Secretary Mocha Uson were among the officials who welcomed the 215 repatriated Filipinos at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport. This is reportedly the last batch of OFWs that would be repatriated from Kuwait after the Kuwaiti government's amnesty program for overstaying foreigners lapsed on Sunday. Philippine Ambassador to Kuwait Renato Villa says nearly 5,000 undocumented OFWs remain in Kuwait. The DFA said they will continue repatriating Filipinos who will be arrested in the resulting crackdown. Malacanang vows to work double time in response to the moderate net satisfaction rating of the cabinet from the latest social weather station survey. The 2018 March SWS survey on 1,200 respondents showed the cabinet suffered a 10-point decline from the record high of +30 or good in December of last year. Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque maintained that many agencies have made significant improvements in services, noting that the departments under the executive branch will continue to serve the people despite the distraction and political noise. The Senate got the highest net satisfaction rating among government institutions at 40%, despite an 11-point drop followed by the House of Representatives with 35%, while the Cabinet is in third spot and the Supreme Court at 20% in the fourth spot. Still to come, authorities are on alert as alleged New People's Army members are joining the barangay and SK elections in Panay Province. Police arrest a prime suspect in the killing of a family in Nueva Ecija. These and more when the PNA Newsroom continues.
Waranto petition.
Boracay environmental violation.
Tax reform for acceleration and inclusion of trade.
Ito ang Duterte on Duty. Ulat sa ginagawa ng Presidente. April 12, Huwebes, Hong Kong. Buong pusong tinanggap ng nasa 2,000 Pinoy si Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte nang dinalaw nito ang Filipino community sa Kai Tak Cruise Terminal. Sa parehong pagtitipon ay nanghingi ng tawad ang Pangulo sa naganap na Manila hostage crisis noong 2010.
May I address myself to the Chinese people who are here, who are with us, who joined us. From the bottom of my heart, as the President of the Republic of the Philippines, and in behalf of the people of the Philippines, may I apologize formally to you now. We are sorry that the incident happened, and as humanly possible, I would like to make this guarantee also that it will never happen again.
Bago ang pagbisita sa Filipino community, ay kumain ang Pangulo kasama ang kanyang pamilya sa Jollibee sa Hong Kong. Dito ay nakausap niya ang OFW na si Alma Pardillo na pinagkalooban ng round-trip ticket pauwi ng Pilipinas upang makadalo sa graduation ng dalawa niyang anak. April 13, Biyernes, Davao City. Sa pag-uwi ni Pangulong Duterte sa bansa, ay agad niyang binalita ang tagumpay ng kanyang pagbisita sa China.
The 9 business agreements signed during my visit yielded an estimated value of $9 to $8 billion in investments. These are projected to generate more than 10,000 jobs for our countrymen and women.
April 14, Sabado, Davao City. Dininig ng Pangulo ang daing ni Pahima Alagasi, isang OFW na inabuso ng employer sa Saudi Arabia. April 15, Linggo, Bantay, Ilocos Sur. Opisyal na binuksan ni Pangulong Duterte ang Palarong Pambansa 2018. Dinaluhan ito ng magagaling na atleta mula sa iba't ibang paaralan at rehiyon sa bansa. April 16, Lunes, Malacanang. Sinaksihan ng Pangulo ang Memorandum of Agreement sa pagitan ng Department of Education at GSIS Financial Assistance Loan Program na inaasahang makatutulong sa mga guro. Pinulong ng Pangulo ang ilang miyembro ng gabinete at ilang pang-opisyal ng gobyerno. April 17, Martes, Malacanang. Kinilala ng Chief Executive ang kabayanihan ng SAF 44 Commandos at pinarangalan sila ng PNP Medals of Valor at Order of Lapu-Lapu Magalong Medals na ipinagkaloob sa kanilang naulilang pamilya. Pinanumpa rin niya ang mga bagong talagang presidential appointees. Nag-farewell call naman sa Pangulo ang outgoing ambassador ng Thailand at pinagkalooban ito ng Order of Sikatuna, Rank of Grand Cross. April 18, Miyerkules. Pinangunahan ng Chief Executive ang change of command ceremony at testimonial review para kay outgoing AFP Chief of Staff General Ray Leonardo Guerrero na papalitan ni Lieutenant General Carlito G. Galvez Jr. Pinasalamatan ng Pangulo si General Guerrero sa kanyang ambag sa pagpapalaya sa Marawi. Ito ang Duterte on Duty. Abangan sa susunod na linggo ang mga gagawin ng Pangulo.
Jose Arturo Garcia Jr. is now the General Manager of the Metro Manila Development Authority. President Duterte signed Garcia's appointment papers on April 18. The President also named J.V. Francisco as Commissioner of the Securities and Exchange Commission. Francisco will sit as Commissioner until May 20, 2021. Meanwhile, Pia Cristina Bersamin, daughter of Supreme Court Associate Justice Lucas Bersamin, was appointed as judge of the Las Piñas Regional Trial Court Branch 198.
The influx of tourists and businesses has brought a significant growth in the economy of Baguio City. Here's more from this report.
The Baguio City government sees the city growing economically based on its indicators of progress in 2017. Evelyn Kayat, City Planning and Development Officer, reports that the city's total exports grew by 75% to $2.9 billion in 2017. The figure is a combined export receipts of the Baguio City Economic Zone, the John Hay Tourism Special Economic Zone, and the SM Baguio Cyber Zone. The number of business establishments in the city increased to 19,590, with nearly 59,000 at the workforce. Tourist arrivals reached 1.5 million from 1.29 million in 2016. 4 more banks have been added to the 82 banks operating in Baguio in 2016. Kayat further noted that Baguio is in the top 10 safest cities in Southeast Asia in the global database number. She is optimistic that Baguio will continue to expand with opportunities brought about by innovations, ASEAN integration, and changes in the world market. For the PNA Newsroom, I am Miguel Hill.
Alleged members of the New People's Army in Panay have reportedly filed certificates of candidacy for the barangay and SK elections. Brigadier General Pio Diñoso of the 3rd 101st Infantry Brigade said they have identified these candidates based on reports and statements from the locals. Diñoso said they do not have evidence to confirm it, while noting that the participation of the alleged rebels in the election is a good sign that they are joining the country's democratic process. The military official said they cannot continue to support the armed revolution once that they are in government, or else they could be dismissed from service. COMELEC Regional Director Dennis Ausan clarified that they will accept all COCs as long as they are filed completely. Ilocos Norte Governor Aimee Marcos is considering a senatorial bid in the 2019 midterm elections. The eldest sister of former Senator Bongbong Marcos said the idea was spurred by the initial results of her brother's electoral protest in the 2016 vice presidential elections. Marcos said she may have to give in because only she and Bongbong are inclined to politics. She also stressed that Northern Luzon needs representation in the national leadership, considering the uniqueness of the needs of its people. Marcos, meanwhile, attributed her inclusion in the top 12 of the latest senatorial survey to the vast exposure in parades in various places where she was invited. Marcos had participated in the 4th Corn Husk and Water Lily Festival in Cuyapo, Nueva Ecija on Sunday. Last January, she joined the parade in the Science City of Muñoz. Police arrested the prime suspect in the gruesome killing of 6 persons in Barangay Tambo, Adorable, San Leonardo, Nueva Ecija. The suspect was identified as Jesse Tesoro, the farm help of the victims. Police said Tesoro, using a bolo, hacked his live-in partner Jennifer Cariaga, their mother Leonila Caballero, and 4 others, including 2 children. The 19-year-old Annalyn Caballero survived the attack and managed to call for help. Annalyn sustained multiple hack wounds and is now confined at Dr. Paulino J. Garcia Memorial Research and Medical Center in Cabanatuan City. 2 other children were left unharmed and were turned over by responding policemen to their relatives. The investigation also revealed that Tesoro and her live-in partner had a heated argument prior to the incident. The suspect will face charges for multiple murder with frustrated murder. Up next, a group is free to challenge the Immigration Bureau's order against foreigners who join protests in the country, at least according to the Justice Department. The National Capital Region brings home the bacon, bagging over 100 medals at the conclusion of the Palarong Pambansa. Details ahead. This is the PNA Newsroom.
Quo warranto petition.
Boracay environmental violation.
Tax reform for acceleration and inclusion of trade.
In fact, mas may recent data kami, yung as of the end of March, which is the end of the first quarter, ang DBM has already released 3.165 trillion out of 3.767 trillion, or about 84% ng spending authority sa mga different departments. Kung ikukumpara mo yun sa last year, na-release lang namin last year was around 79.9% sa budget. So, ibig sabihin nito ay mas mabilis ngayon talaga ang DBM mag-release ng pera sa mga ahensya para magawa nila yung kanilang programs and projects. Yung budget natin na inaprubahan ng Kongreso ay magastos as soon as possible para mas makapagbigay ng serbisyo sa taong bayan ng mas mabilis.
The Department of Justice, or DOJ, said a lawyers group is free to question the Bureau of Immigration's order prohibiting foreigners from joining rallies in the country. Justice Secretary Menardo Guevara said the DOJ welcomes questions on the state's sovereign right to prevent aliens from joining political activities and internal affairs. The National Union of People's Lawyers said it would file a case questioning the restrictions signed by then Justice Secretary Laila de Lima, saying it is unconstitutional. The NUPL issued the statement after authorities arrested Australian nun Patricia Ann Fox last week for reportedly engaging in political activities and anti-government demonstrations. Fox was previously detained in 2013 for reportedly participating in a farmers' protest in Hacienda, Luisita. Malacanang, meanwhile, heightened that there is no crackdown on foreigners engaging in partisan activities, noting that this is not the first time a foreigner was detained for joining a political rally. The Department of Health plans to develop a test kit that determines if a patient is positive or negative for dengue. The plan is in cooperation with the Department of Science and Technology and the Philippine Council for Health Research and Development. Health Undersecretary Rolando Enrique Domingo said the test kits are a result of research conducted at the University of Pittsburgh, the University of Hawaii, and from a university in Taiwan. Enrique says the health department plans to find out which among the three studies is the most suitable in the Philippine setting. He further adds that they plan to develop kits that would determine whether or not a child was infected with the dengue virus before receiving an anti-dengue vaccination. Knowing who among those vaccinated with Dengvaxia had been previously sick with dengue is also essential in monitoring if a child will develop severe dengue. Prior exposure to a type of dengue will not guarantee that a former patient will not contract dengue again. Athletes from the National Capital Region are coming home on a victorious note and with a rare feat of winning 100 gold medals at the recently concluded Palarong Pambansa. Aside from bagging 100 golds, the Metro Manila squad ended the annual games with 70 silvers, 50 bronzes, and the title of overall champion. Calabarzon locked on the second spot with 55 golds, 50 silvers, and 73 bronzes. Western Visayas was in third with 46 golds, 45 silvers, and 55 bronzes. Central Visayas took the fourth spot from the Cordillera region. Soc-Sargen remained in the sixth spot, followed by Central Luzon. Zamboanga Peninsula, on the other hand, had its first gold medal, aside from 9 silvers and 23 bronzes. Due to its compact features and amazing speed, which significantly cuts one's travel time, many people are now into motorcycles as a mode of transport and at the same time a hobby. With the president being a motorcycle enthusiast himself, he has a reminder for owners of these so-called toys for the big boys. Here is our report.
President Rodrigo Duterte encouraged motorcycle enthusiasts to promote the country's tourism. He also reminded them as riders who go around the country to promote road safety, observe traffic rules, wear proper protection, and be alcohol and drug-free. The president was the guest of honor during the 24th Annual Convention of the National Federation of Motorcycle Clubs of the Philippines at Peñaranda Park in Alabay. Duterte, a big motorcycle enthusiast himself, spoke before over 3,000 riders from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao and asked for the support of all the riders in making the country peaceful and orderly. The 3-day convention was highlighted by a unity ride of thousands of motorcycle riders, negotiated the 50-kilometer Maharlika Highway from Legazpi City Boulevard to the Basibis Bay Resort in Bakakay, and culminate at the Mayon Skyline Park in Tabaco City. The NFMCP convention is a yearly event attended by affiliated motorcycle clubs and individual members all throughout the country. It was founded in 1994 by Thunderbugs Bacolod, On Any Sunday Riders Davao, and Cyclone Cebu. It aims to unite all the motorcycle clubs in the Philippines, promote camaraderie and safe driving. The president is a member of On Any Sunday Riders Davao. For the PNA Newsroom, I'm Janice Cabe.
Let's now check out the weather forecast for Metro Manila and the rest of the country. Here's another look at today's top stories. Another chance for peace brings as President Duterte gives communist rebels 60 days to participate in the resumption of peace talks. Law enforcement agencies are working together to ensure security in over 7,000 election hotspots in this year's village polls. Police arrest the prime suspect in the killing of a family in Nueva Ecija. And the National Capital Region bags 100 gold medals as it seals the top spot at the 2018 Palarong Pambansa. Thank you for watching another edition of the PNA Newsroom. To check out these and other stories, visit the PNA website or follow the Philippine News Agency on Facebook and Twitter. For more stories about the government and how it serves the Filipinos, look for these hashtags in all of our social media platforms and websites. And that's your daily dose of the latest news and the information that you need to know from the PNA Newsroom. I'm William Theo. Good day.